Hi, I'm Chris and we are JCD. In this week's episode, we travelled down to Eastbourne for a leaking roof. We're in church pulling out all sorts from their drains and we have to send in the debt collectors. Let's roll the footage. Good morning, Team JCD. It's Monday morning. Doesn't feel like much of a weekend because, as you know, we were working yesterday. It was a bit hard to film yesterday. It was belting down all day. We were there literally 5 hours and it did not stop peeing it down with rain the whole time. It was absolutely drenched, which makes it difficult to film, but yeah, it was a productive day and hopefully we will work with that contractor. It's Monday morning. I am down at one of our contracts in Folkestone in Kent. We are servicing some pumps down here and then I'm going to go home, outfit change, and we have a large tender walk round to get to. So let's get going with these pumps and make sure they're all doing what they should be. That concludes everything down in Folkestone. We've got the tanker down here because we do that on a 3 monthly basis, because this particular pump set, they build up with a lot of wipes and everything else that people put down drains that they know they shouldn't. So we have to come down here with the tanker, empty it all out, vacuum all the wipes out so it doesn't get in the pump set and block the pumps. They've had untold issues down here and we've just got it to a point now where it's running as it should and we don't really have to worry about what's going on down here, which is nice. So we just literally got it like that just by keeping on top of it. So it's all good down here, they're all running fine. I am now heading home to get changed. I have a tender walk round for an exciting contract that we're looking at. So let's make the journey back up the M20, drop the tanker back at HQ and then go and get changed. I drove back from Folkestone and it was an absolute ball ache. The motorway, I believe there'd been an accident and the motorway was partially closed. It took me nearly 2.5 hours for what should have took me a half-hour trip, which meant I was panicked and flustered because I thought I was going to be late for this appointment, which is never a good look when you're first meeting a new customer. But I managed to get home in time. I'm worried as well that I wasn't going to be able to change, but I did. The wife found some stuff for me, so I quickly ran past, put a pair of jeans on and a new top, and I've just got here for our contract walk round. So let's go and meet our customer and see what this one is about. So we have just finished our walk round for this, I look flustered, particular piece of business. Nice size contract, to be honest. What I would call a nice to have, which effectively means I like the business, which is most businesses, to be fair, but this one is one where you think, no, I'd like to have that in the portfolio. It would be a fantastic reference point. In terms of what goes on here, I was saying to the customer, and I hope I didn't go on about it too much, but this was scarily, it's like a carbon copy of another contract we have in the local area. Exactly the same. They have a big warehouse and factory space, which is highly industrial, which has cleaning staff that do specialist cleaning tasks such as confined space, manned entry, iPath, all that good stuff. They help them when they have shutdowns and bits and pieces of cleaning, key functioning parts of their kit, which we do at another site. Then they have the office space, which we also do at the other site. So literally I have a carbon copy example, slightly different industry, but the premise of what the staff do there is exactly the same. There'll be a big piece with Tupi, which is no problem for us. So yeah, nice to have. What we'll do, we will put some costing together based on the Tupi information that the customer is going to provide us, and we'll keep our fingers crossed with that one, and I'll keep you guys updated. You may remember a few episodes ago back, I was putting some tender documents together for a couple of contracts actually. I still haven't heard back about any of them. One of them is a long-term customer of ours. They haven't gave us a decision yet, and it's past the decision date, but I am hearing some rumours that that particular building might be up for sale, so that might be why that is delayed. The other one, which was one of the biggest contracts we've ever bid for, still haven't heard anything. It's gone radio silent on that one. So, you know, we only follow up so many times. You don't want to be one of those pests that just following up non-stop. I know these guys are busy. So I reached out last week. I'll give it another week. I'll probably reach out one more time and I'll just let that one lie. We actually had some contact with this customer 18 months ago, gave them some pricing, went silent like it has now, and then they come back to us again. It seemed to gain a little more traction this time, but I say it's gone radio silent, which is not good news at the moment. So who knows, they may have sourced another solution and just don't want to get in touch. Or they may just not have done nothing with it, because this is a new service, standing still start, so no staff to choopy. So yeah, plenty going on at the moment, lots of tenders. I've got another one that I'm looking at the moment, which is good. The drainage seems to be good at the moment, so yeah, it's a good time to be alive. So I haven't got much on the rest of the day. It's late afternoon now, around 2:45, so I'm just going to catch up with some admin stuff. Tomorrow we are in the morning at JCD HQ. I've got a couple of projects that we're trying to get through, just some automation stuff within the business. So and then the rest of the week we've got some interesting drainage jobs and cleaning jobs for you guys. So it's Monday. Make sure you guys are checking into the clean sweep that will be put out tonight. That concludes the day. I will see you in the morning as always. Good morning, gang. We have made it to Tuesday. Not a great start to the morning, but we soldier on. Another day. Exciting morning though. I am this morning down at HQ and I have been invited on a podcast with a British entrepreneur by the name of James Sinclair. You can see stuff all over YouTube, LinkedIn, all your social platforms. So yeah, we're going to jump on today. I gave him a little bit of a synopsis about the business, JCD, what we do, some of the problems we have, some of the questions I would like to ask him. So we've got around 10 minutes and then I will jump on the call and have a chat with James. It should be interesting, hopefully some eye-opening stuff. After we've done that, I have got to head to an appointment at 12 o'clock in Rochester, and then I have a call out for a new customer, which is a little bit further afield for our drainage division. So I have to go down to Eastbourne. I have a blocked downpipe on for a retail store. New customer of ours, first job, so I want to make sure it goes right. So I'll take you guys down to that after. Let's get ready and jump on this podcast with James. Yep, so we are a commercial and specialist cleaning company based... Can you hear me, James? Yep, I can hear you fine. I can hear you fine. I can hear you, James. James, I can hear you. Hello? James? James? Hello? Yeah, I can hear you perfectly fine. Yes, so we're a commercial and specialist cleaning company based in Kent. We predominantly focus on the commercial sector, so schools, offices, and basically anyone with an ongoing cleaning need. I've just taken a trip down to Eastbourne, new customer of ours. I think we're going to need to travel a bit further afield for like regular commercial work for the drainage company. So we're doing that, but we have to charge call-out fee to make up for the distance. So I'm down in Eastbourne. I've come here. The customer has got a leak in the ceiling, and it is coming from the rainwater pipes. And the reason it's coming from the rainwater pipes is because, as you can see, it's full of water, which means that it's blocked. It's the same the other side, along here. So we've got a flex shaft here. We're going to see if we can clear it for the customer. That's the plan. Let's see what we can do. Right, the river flooded the shop. Oh, we've cleared it. Good morning, team. We have made it to Wednesday morning. We are over in Hartlip. We are at a church. Yesterday my camera wasn't charged properly. I didn't do it the night before and it ran out when we was in Eastbourne. So just to let you know, that job, Adam will put some pictures on the screen here. We had 2 rainwater gullies that was effectively blocked. They all feed into one downpipe. We managed to clear it eventually. It took a bit of convincing. Water will obviously find somewhere to escape when it's in a drain line, when it's just sitting in there. So I look for joints and things like that, and that would appear to be the cause of the leak. I did camera it after, and there wasn't nothing down there, so it was all nice and clear. So I got home about 8 o'clock last night, a bit of a late one. Podcast with James that I done in the morning yesterday went well. Some interesting points that come out of that, but what we'll do, I won't give away too much in regards to that. We'll put that out as a standalone episode so that you guys can listen to that and what we discussed on that podcast. Stacked with drainage today, literally back to back. So I am at a job in Hartlip in Kent. We've got a church which is behind me, as you can see. Periodically they have CCTV surveys to make sure that their drains are doing what they should. So we're here today to do a survey for Derek. We've worked with this customer before. We've done some lining at another church. So we're going to get the camera out, see what's going on in these drains, and then we've got various jobs today, and I am working in the city this evening on a D scale. So busy day today. So let's get the kit out and get started. Right, that line's clear, and then a bit of mud and debris in there, but there's going to be because of what the line is. Yeah. Big one. What the hell? That's a baby. Can't take off our roots. So we've just finished that particular job, done a survey. They had a surveyor do a report on this, and he mentioned about some roots. Lifted up one of the covers and there were some roots in there which I've just taken out because I managed to get them out and they were relatively easy. There are some recommendations, but we'll put them down. Let's pack up, head over to Ridden Docks to our next job. We have just arrived over at our second job, which is local to the office. I've worked with this one. This is the ones where we do the block ducts. We've had a couple of them now. Guys asked me to come and do a survey on the foul line. I've got here, which is fine, but the guy hasn't informed me that the lines are 325 mil, which I haven't. Our camera is a push rod camera, and that will do 4 to 6 inch pipes, maybe 9 at a push if you're lucky. You've seen us on the channel before. We've used a crawler, and I'd have to do the same to do this one. So yeah, not much going to go on this one. We're going to have to get a crawler in. He should have really told me the pipe size before, but he hasn't. So we'll have to do a return visit for this one, unfortunately, but doesn't matter because we have got plenty of other stuff to be getting on with. So I'll jump back in the van now. I'm going to head down to Canterbury where I've got a blockage and I've got to replace a Durgo valve in a job that we've been to before. What are Durgo valves? If you don't know, they are effectively, they stop smells emitting back inside your house. We've got one that's fouled, so I'm going to put a new one in, and then we are heading up to the city for our D scale. So that wraps up here. We'll get back in the van and head down to Canterbury. I've just arrived at another job that came in yesterday. To be honest with you, this is a bit of a fleeting visit. We've done some work at this particular job before, and this area behind me over here pools with water when it rains, and the reason for that is this storm drain here, there's no other storm drains beyond here, so there's none in that corner. What we recommended is when it rains, the fall is that way, so it's going to pool in the corner. They need another one of these over there. That would be ideal. I think the gentleman who runs this business, I think he just panicked, to be honest. So there's no charge to this particular customer because they are literally 2 minutes away from our office, and we've done some work for them before, so there's no charge for me popping in there and just reminding them of what we recommended last time. Now we're going to jump back in the van, head back down to Canterbury and get those other 2 jobs done.
Getting on this very early, and at point when
we went to that first job in Canterbury, but it was a student accommodation when we got there, and the girl has locked the bedroom which the bathroom is in, but luckily I had another job down the road that was scheduled for tomorrow, so I have come down here to do that, and that is to fit a Durgo valve which I have here, in a property that is getting some smells. So let's go and see if we can get this valve in. So we've done that one. I've just taken the old one out, and hopefully that will stop the smells that they're getting on the top floor. So we're going to jump back in the van now, and then we're going to head back over to the student job that we should have been, and hopefully this lady is in because I have to get to London. So let's head back over and see if she's in. Just finished at that job. It's not done. We have another joint that has come off. Adam will put the picture on here. I'll try clearing it softly from inside. Didn't work, so I come out, cameraed the drain externally as well, and I can see the joint is badly displaced again. We'll have to get a repair done for that, so I will have to arrange that. I'll have to call the letting agent. The young lady uses only wipes, there was no toilet roll in there, which doesn't help, but yeah, it's come off, so we will have to put in for a repair for that one. That wraps up here. It's around 3:30 now. This is job number 5 or 6, and now we are heading up to London for a job at 5:30 in the city. So let's take the 4,000-mile journey up there. That will take us 3 hours for about 20 miles. Let's go. I am down now in a basement in an undisclosed location in London. So what we're doing here, we've got a descale to do. So we've got a cast iron pipe run that runs behind me here, and we are putting our, well, I already have put our machine down here, which spins round, and the blades on it, they spin round and they take all the calcium and scale deposit off the side of the wall. So we're going to be here for about another hour just to finish descaling this line, and then I've got another job to do in Sevenoaks, one we've been to before, the place where they keep putting polystyrene in the drain line. That's blocked again apparently. I couldn't get there earlier, so we will have to go there this evening because I cannot do it tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to crack on here. It's around 7 o'clock. That's going to wrap up Wednesday. Tomorrow I've got an exciting morning. I am at a tender walk round at an undisclosed location, again back in the city. Can't mention nothing about that one yet. A busy day tomorrow, and I will catch you guys tomorrow morning.
JCD is in constant use. If you see something that doesn't look right,
good morning everyone, we're very shortly arriving at London St Pancras International, where this train will terminate.
Good morning team. It's Thursday morning. We have taken the relatively short trip up into the city. We are meeting with a colleague of ours for a initial tender walk around at a contract in the city, a very well-known contract, and one that I'm really looking forward to walking around. I'm not going to be able to take you guys in there because obviously these processes are confidential, especially in the initial phases. So I'm not going to show you around today, but I'll tell you a little bit more about how we got on once we finished. Pissing down with rain all day. The drainage foam is going absolutely crazy, and then typical day. Once I've finished here, I'm going to have to jump back on the train up towards HQ, get changed, and go and block some drains. Always busy when we have a big downpour of rain, natural, because people don't maintain their drains until there's something wrong. So I think I've got 3 jobs that I need to get back and do. But we'll have to just see how the day goes. This tender walk round is more important than you know, the odd, unless it's a long-standing customer, this sort of takes precedence. So yeah, so we just got here. I'm going to meet up with someone else that's walking around with us today, and I'll let you know how we get on after. I've just touched back down in our home county of Kent. Time is about 1 o'clock. The place we were looking at is a big place, which is the type of clients we want to be looking for. Now we've definitely got the infrastructure, we've got a couple under our belts, so it's definitely something we can manage. Useful and productive morning, really enjoyable. Never been to this particular place before, so nice to see it. So I just got back. I'm going to head home now, quick outfit change, and then we're back out on the drainage van for a couple of jobs this afternoon. Tomorrow I've got a relatively relaxed day. I've got a meeting in the morning about some debt, bad debt. Someone owes us some money, so we're going to have a face-to-face about that. So I just got back in the car. Let's head back home, get changed, and get back out on them drains. So after our trip to London this morning, we are back in Orange, as you can see, which means only one thing: we're on the drainage van. I've come to a job over near the office, actually, near HQ. I did say to the guy this morning, maybe call Southern Water, but he hasn't done so. I've got here, we've got a row of properties, which I'll show you, all of which are flooded. I eventually got to the property at the end, found the mains manhole, which is back surging, and we've had a terrible evening of rain. But the lady down the end has been in her property 30 years, and she says this is a common occurrence. So I've had to tell the guy that, who has just recently moved in this year, which he was a little bit disappointed to hear, but hey, there you go. Yeah, so that wraps up today, guys. We've got in the morning I've got a meeting that I need to go to about someone that owes us some money, so we're going to see that particular customer and try and get that resolved, because we've just had to take that legal. Unfortunately, it doesn't happen that often, but sometimes it does, and we have to get solicitors involved, which we have on this occasion. So yeah, and then I've got a couple of drainage jobs in the afternoon as well, only small ones, so shouldn't be too bad. So that wraps up Thursday, guys. A busy day, and I will see you in the morning for our Friday adventure. So we've made it to Friday. It is a grey and miserable day, but this morning we have had some good news, team. I went to a job this morning firstly. I've done that already, been done for a large letting agent in the local area. Quick job in Gillingham in the drainage van, didn't take me long, 5 minutes. It was a blocked kitchen gully, which are relatively quick to clear. I had some contact from a customer today. You may remember a couple of episodes ago we had some large tenders that were going back out. One of them was for some new business, which unfortunately has gone a little bit quiet. The other was for an existing client of ours and a re-tender. And to be honest with you, this is the first time since we've had that contract that I was a bit up in the air whether we would retain that business. We've had it for 3 terms now, I believe, so 6 years in total, which is quite a long time to have a contract that sort of size. And this time round was ultra competitive. There were some bigger companies involved, which, you know, makes things a little bit more interesting. But this morning I've had confirmation from the client that we have retained that business for another 2 years, which is a fantastic piece of news. So I've told the rest of the guys in the business about that, and everyone is of course pleased to get that news on a Friday. So I've done what I needed to do this morning. I don't have anything else to do the rest of the day. I obviously going to catch up on some reports that I need to do for Grey-Water Drainage. Spend some time with the children this afternoon. As I say, it's good to have some flexibility on a Friday just in case anything else comes up, which at the moment, touch wood, it hasn't. What have we got on next week? Well, Tuesday next week, we've got an important meeting. I had a young lady called Kelsey, who works for the British Institute of Cleaning Sciences, reach out to me, and we're going to, after some discussions, we are going to meet next week, Tuesday, to discuss how we can broaden and the horizon for the cleaning industry. And what do we mean by that? Well, we need to get it in front of more young people. We need talent coming into the industry, and I don't think we do enough as an industry, and I don't think our governing or our organisations within the industry do enough either. They think they do, but they don't have any young leaders at the top of these industries or involved at the top of these industries. And unfortunately, the generation we've got now will view things totally different. They consume content totally different. So if we're going to attract talent into the industry, we need a drastic change in how we, the industry, put ourselves out there. And I think that's via social, it's via getting in front of schools and other bits and pieces. There's such a diverse range of methods that we could use that I just don't think as an industry we're utilising fully. So Kelsey's got some ideas around that, and it will be good to get involved and, you know, help push that forward. I was a corporate member of the British Institute of Cleaning Sciences, and I felt they were lax in this area. So it's nice to see they finally got someone on board. Kelsey seems to be doing some good work from what I can see, working with local government and things like that to get in front of a younger audience, which is fantastic. So we've got that meeting Tuesday. We've also got a job going on Tuesday, which is a bit of a unique job. We've got a piece of machinery that we're cleaning, so we'll do a total standalone video for that. That'll be a clean sweep episode. And yeah, lots of other pieces going on. I had the tender that I looked at this week. I'll be doing some bits and pieces for that. So it's all go at the moment. The drainage seems to be consistent. We'll probably have a few jobs we've got to do Monday. It all seems to be going in the right direction, which is good. You know, there's always ups and downs in businesses, and you're going to have times when things are hard, and there's times when it's going to be good. And at the moment, you know, things seem to be going in the right direction. Of course, there's always going to be little bits of noise here and there, but on the whole, it's been a good week. We've got a good week planned next week, so onwards we trot. So, as always, guys, that's going to wrap up Friday, and thank you for checking in to this week's episode. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for me, and I will catch you on next week's episode.